Well, hi there, this is Shoe Rainer, and this is my 200th video on YouTube. And you may not know, but I had this competition that said people would decide what I was going to draw, and the winner was to draw me imagining things that people have asked me to do. And this is what I've drawn. I'm going to show you how I did it right now. So let's stop talking about it. Let's get on and do it. Well, when I started this thing that I said, this is my 200th video, okay? And I did not expect, when I suggested to have a competition, that people would choose me to draw a picture of me and looking thoughtful, surrounded by bubbles of kind of drawings that people had requested. I suppose it's quite a clever idea, and not what I'd expected at all. And so what can I say? So I'm kind of trying to construct this. I've taken some photographs of myself actually, and I've done some practice, and it kind of, I don't know, we'll see if it kind of feels like me or not. I think maybe down a little bit there. I'm going to do this in pen and ink, and then I might do a bit of just watercolor wash, some kind of grey shading kind of wash afterwards. So this is kind of thoughtful, kind of trying to make it look thoughtful. It's going to be kind of something like that happening here, and how does that fit? It's kind of feels like me. It's really strange when you draw yourself, because for one thing it's back to front from what you normally see, because when you kind of get to know what you look like in the mirror, and so you kind of know me in a different way to how I know me. And so I'm drawing it as if from a photograph, which is how you see me. So I think I made that ear a little bit short, but never mind. And then I've got quite a lot of eyebrow, so I'm going to put in there like that. And then my hair is slowly disappearing. I don't know where it's gone. Well, I do actually. It gets stuck in the shower every morning, but you don't really want to know about that. And I have to clear it out and throw it in the bin. You don't want to know about that. And it comes to us all in the end. So I think this is kind of feels a bit like me. No, hands are just horrible to draw. So I'm drawing this in sort of sections. I think that's kind of feels about right. And then I want that to be kind of something like that. Anyway, we're not looking too closely, are we? And the knuckles and like that. That's going to be kind of coming up there, and then it's very strange. I suppose, I don't know, I haven't done a self-portrait for a very long time. I know when I was younger I didn't have anyone else to sit for me, and I used to draw self-portraits quite a lot, very moody self-portraits, usually looking very sad and deep, and nobody understands me kind of thing. And so I haven't really drawn myself a lot recently, and well, it kind of looks like me, I think, but it makes me look a lot younger, which is, well, that's artistic license, isn't it? You're allowed to do that. I'm going to put that there. And now comes the interesting bit. Okay, so now I've got to draw a few balloons, some thought bubbles. And some people keep saying to me, please, please, please draw some horses. And I keep kind of putting it off. Because, I don't know. Horses are just really difficult. And I'll put that kind of there like that. And now and then someone, I should have had all the names right ready, shouldn't I? So there were quite a few votes for dragons. And so there we have a dragon. Does dragons have forked tongues? I'm going to give him a forked tongue anyway. So that'll be kind of there like that. He'll be going, hello. And we want a thought bubble around him. And oh goodness me, yes, how many times do I get asked to draw an Airbus A380? That's another one I keep ignoring because it's I don't think this is quite an Airbus A380, but it's a kind of an aeroplane-ish sort of thing, you know. They all have these neat little turn-up things at the end of the wings these days, don't they? Great big engines. It's not an Airbus A380, but it's. I'm going to put 380 on there, just tease. And what's the other one I keep being asked for is see if you can work out what this is. Can you work it out? Can you work it out? It'll suddenly turn into a moose. At least I think it does. This is the most bizarre thing to be asked to draw. It really is. So I think with all the time I'm going to have to be able to do this, I'm going to call that it and draw these in. And Horsey wants to have put the forelocks in there like that. Actually, I'm doing a book from my Olympia series at the moment, and I just finished writing it, and I'll be doing the roughs and the illustrations for it soon, which has lots of horses in it because it's all kind of based around chariot racing and things. So not only horses but chariots and racing and stuff. So it's going to be quite fun. So I'm really going to have to start learning how to draw horses properly for that. So all of you keep nagging me for horses, and there's quite a few. Then maybe I'll get around to drawing horses soon. I'll certainly get around to researching them. I have drawn horses before in my series Axel Storm, and in a book called Death Valley. That's right, it's a kind of a cowboy themed story, which is quite fun. And 2, 3, 4, there we go. And dragons tend to be kind of snaky like on the front, so let's get that. And there we go. And thought bubble. An A380. I haven't actually looked at an Airbus A380, so I don't know what this is. If this looks anything like it. Yeah, all these modern planes have these cute little things on the end, don't they? I'm going to Switzerland next week. I'm going to visit school there in Vevey, and so I have no idea. I'm going EasyJet. I have no idea what kind of plane I'll be flying. So anyway, it's going to be something like that. And that's zooming along. We can put some clouds in there. There's the thought bubble, and manic moose. There we go. And how are we doing for time? 9 minutes. Okay, well I am going to do a bit of what do you call it? I'm going to put a bit of a grey tone in this just for fun. I'm going to erase out, I'm going to switch off, I'm going to erase out all the pencil lines, and I'm going to tape this to the desk. So I will be back in just a moment. Okay, well I've taped the paper to the table so I can paint it without stretching, and I'm treating myself to a brand new pan of neutral tint, which is this kind of dark, very dark bluey grey, and I'm just going to kind of start by putting that in there. And then probably just a bit darker in underneath there, like that. And I know it's going to be quite sort of dark in around there. And just kind of fill in that side really, just to get a bit of modelling in there, and probably a bit under there. I still think that should be quite a bit darker in there, like that. And a bit like that, a bit like that. It's going to be that bit coming down there. It's very strange painting yourself, and I'm doing this really quite quickly. And then we're going to have here. I suppose if I'm being really honest, then I should kind of make it a little bit grey round here, where it's not only falling out, it's going grey. Oh dear, it comes to us all in the end. So there, and I'll just put a little bit more in the eyebrows there, like that. And a bit down there. I think that can be slightly darker, like that. Good. Okay, I'm quite pleased with that. I'm going to make this horse. I'm going to kind of paint all around in the background of the speech bubble. I think of it as a speech bubble, and it's not, as it's a thought bubble. I suppose that's because I write stories, and I suppose, you know, basically I'm a storyteller. That's what I do. That's what an illustrator does. An illustrator tells stories with pictures, and that's kind of what makes an. I think I said this before. I'm sure I have. It's what makes the difference. I certainly said it in school. It's the difference between kind of different kind of artists and an illustrator. It's what makes an illustrator rather than any other kind of artist, is that they tell stories with their pictures, and I think that's what I've always ever set out to do. I don't think I've ever really set out to be an artist, and the art is kind of a means to an end for telling stories. I think when some of you might have might have found, if you go and look for my channel, Flamazing, Flamazing, you will see me singing in a rock band called Flamazine many years ago. You can have a good laugh. And again, I used to write songs and play the guitar, but I was never very good at playing the guitar, and again, it was kind of a means to an end for telling stories, really. So I think storytelling is the thing that kind of binds my career together and all the various things I've done. And yet the one thing I've never actually gone out and done is be a storyteller, which is, there's a real kind of circuit of storytelling. And I've never even been to a storytelling kind of event, I don't think. I heard something on the radio last summer. I thought, oh, that sounds quite fun. Perhaps I ought to go for one of these storytelling festivals and just sort of see what it's like. And maybe that's what I should have been doing all these years, is just travelling around storytelling festivals, telling stories. Well, there you go. Well, I made a terrible mess around here. And that is my 200th video. And I'm going to put my 200th video for YouTube, and I'll sign it too. There we go. Hope you like that. Thanks for suggesting it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching all the previous 199 videos. Don't forget, I've got a new channel started called Draw Stuff Real Easy, where I'm trying to do things much faster. And keep watching, keep practicing, keep drawing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye.